Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to solo in giant steps, and I have a few exercises to help you get there. These are not super beginner exercises, so you should know how to play over changes a little bit before you go here, but what a lot of people don't understand is giant steps is actually a lot easier than one thinks. It's just 3 2-5-1 progressions. The first is B, the second is G, and the third is E flat. If you can solo over those 2-5-1s, you can solo in giant steps, but it's a matter of thinking of it the right way, not being intimidated by it, and having the right conceptual mindset so that you can be melodic over the changes. Hopefully this lesson will help you get there. I'm assuming you know the melody. And you should be able to play those left-hand comping patterns as well. But now we're going to get into the soloing of it, and the first thing that I want you to do is limit yourself to 1 octave. This is the first exercise. There are 3 exercises. The first of the 3 exercises is limit yourself to 1 octave and challenge yourself to be melodic over all the changes in that octave. So you see what I was doing there is I was sticking between F sharp and F sharp and building a melody within that context. Now when you do that enough, you'll notice by limiting yourself that you have to be melodic. So then you can get faster with that. By the way, I'm using a practice file that I made that's available to you if you, maybe I can put a link here in the video. Here, I'm not sure where I'm pointing, but whatever. So we sped it up a little bit, but the same concept applies. Okay, so that's the first exercise. You could go through this whole, I have an hour-long practice file that speeds up incrementally. If you can't do it, start very slowly and then go through the whole practice file in 1 octave until you have that down. Okay, the next thing that I would practice is using the idea of goal notes. This is a musical concept that people often overlook, but it's actually the essence of all music. You have a goal, and you have a starting point. They're often the same thing, but sometimes they're not the same thing, and your goal can change, but you always have to have like somewhere that you're reaching towards. That's how you tell the story of the music. So, I'll give you an example in a slower tempo here. So this is going to be, let's say my goal note is either here or here, depending on which key we're in, because F sharp is in works in the first of the 2 keys, and G works in the second of the 2 keys. F sharp is in B and in G, but I'm sorry, F sharp is in B Oh, it's also in G, but it's not an E flat. So here we go. Ready? So F sharp is my goal. Now I'm gonna move that goal note up, right? I'm always going towards somewhere. Sorry, I'm thinking about the play along. See, like I do a phrase that has a conclusion, it has somewhere that it's ending. So that's one of the very important things. I'm exaggerating it a lot right now for purposes of teaching, but maybe I'll try to I'll open it up a little bit so my goals then move to different parts of the keyboard, but they all have relation to each other. So now I'll do that. You get the idea. There's always somewhere I'm leading to, I'm reaching towards, and I'm being very specific about where I'm going. Okay, so then the other idea is long-form thought. This is the most important of the three because people get caught trying to go B, D, G, B flat, E flat, A flat, D, G, and they're constantly getting stuck in like the. It doesn't really make that much musical sense. Coltrane did that in his solo at times, but he was also very melodic and used goal notes to create the similarities between the different keys. And if you listen to the way that he plays the 2-5-1s, they're very melodically, they're diatonic and they're melodic within the context of the major key. Like if they're when it's the 2-5-1 in G, he'll play like a scalar like that. It's not a 2-5-1. Like it's not like he does that sometimes, but more often than not. And the faster you get, the more you have to think in just melodically in the major key that you're in. So what I mean. Now I'm going to let this cycle through. Alright, so the head's going to start here. Now check it out. I'm thinking B, now G, E flat. Now back to G, E flat, now B, now E flat, now G, now B, now E flat. It's a lot easier than thinking B, D, G, B flat, E flat, A, D, G. Like there's no way to go that fast in your brain when you get to the faster tempos. Now try to notice melodically what I'm doing here, because when I'm playing in the more diatonic fashion within these keys, just the majors. visualize that is by comping sort of like in that way without the 2-5-1s. And I'll show you so you can visualize it a little bit better. It seems slow, right? I'm putting the 2s in there sometimes. You can put the next key in sort of 2 places. When it goes to the 5, like B, and then it goes to D, you should already be actually thinking in G. And Coltrane exemplifies that when he goes several times in the solo. He starts on the D, which is the 5 of G, even when it's in B. Because it's going, it so quickly resolves to G. That's why he can get away with. That's what he does. Then. And so on and so forth. It's good to transcribe Coltrane solo too. But anyway, so for long form thought, that'll allow you to then get faster. So I'll speed this up a little bit. Okay, so now, actually here's a 4th. I know I said there'd be 3, but here's a bonus one. As it gets faster, think long form in the time too. So instead of 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Which then you can get even faster if you think of it like that. So I'm skipping more to the end. So this might start to get intimidating at this point, but if you think of it in long form melodically and rhythmically, it's better. Still keep the time very precisely, but it makes it easier to consume the idea and to be melodic. that I'm doing here is I'm sometimes planing. So rather than doing the 2-5-1, now you can get into more interesting things and start doing stuff like. So let me explain to you a little bit about what that is. I'm going like the B, but then instead of doing the 5, I'm actually of G. I'm doing like the A, or the A flat. So it then becomes like B, A, G, and if you keep that same pattern, the flat 2 to the 1, it becomes E to E flat. And then you could do some other chromatic planing, like enclose the 1 with A flat, F sharp to G to E flat, then C to B. Like, so these can be cool. And you can only really think of it, you can only execute those if you're thinking of it in terms of long form, because it's way too hard to like try to count the 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. You have to like 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 3 4, and it helps you relax. So and you can also you can do those, but to stray from that, it's best to use these techniques. So, what if we get even faster, you may ask? What does it sound like? So, let's take it up here. Doesn't sound fast, does it? You know? Alright, you'll notice I'm getting into some hemiolas, but that's, you have to be able to then keep hemiolas over the long form time. That's 5. If you can do that. So that's for a different lesson, maybe. But think of it in long form, like this. I'm using the pedal to exaggerate, but you don't need to use the pedal. And you can, so you're still using gold notes and you're still doing your octave exercise even when you get up to this tempo. But now you also have the opportunity to be melodic with less notes. So you can use rhythm if you can't quite execute those like fast lines. Thinking of it in the long form allows you to use less notes to say something melodic even at this tempo. So check this out. I'll try to be slow now with my playing. it's sometimes fun just to blow over it. Soft out here. Anyway, I hope this has been very helpful, or at least a little helpful. I hope it's not helpful at all. Let me know if you have questions, and find this practice file somewhere. Yeah, hope you enjoy. Thanks. Check back for more videos.